Good evening. Yeah, I wish to talk to you, simply and plainly. However, due to this being about the 11 o'clock waffle, those things are impossible, and we must be extremely silly and talk about random things like women eating squid and then getting pregnant baby squid on her tongue. That happened. That was revolting. Shame on you, my couple, but well done for winning that episode. Right. I think I could probably take this off. I've been asked by some random bloke called Mac, who I don't even know. I mean, who is this guy? It's not like I, help him out every now and then with the Twitter page or anything like that. Who is he? Who is this guy? Who is Mak Forsyth? I mean, come on. No. Really, what's he done? What's he done? He's got a nice girlfriend, that's true, Sophie, lovely girl, but really, I mean, that's just a fluke. I mean, yeah. What has he actually done? Supported Exeter? Yeah, where's that got him? Supported Spurs? Where's that got him? Yeah, but anyway, apparently he's asked me to do this, so let's just get on with it. How would you describe the show to someone who had never heard it? First of all, it's not at 11 o'clock. It's never at 11 o'clock. It used to be, when it started. It was a sort of student radio program that you could listen into on the student radio, and it was fun, and there were songs, and some of them were awful. It's just bad taste, really. Just, no, way too much 80s. John Barrowman, why? Things like that. But the guests were good, I mean, they were the best bit, really, because, the more they were talking, the less you heard of Mac. So, yeah, brilliant. I say more of them. Yeah, people come on, they are expected to know stuff that Mac likes. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. Hopefully they have at least read the questions. They're not just doing a quick Google search. Richard Jones, he won anyway. So, well, I mean, maybe quick Google search is the way to go. There's not really a right or wrong way to take part in the waffle, and that's why it's great. Anyone can do it. Look at me. I know nothing. I got to the final. Your preparation routine for the show is I walk up a long hill, stand at the top of it, shout, "I am Eric Cantona," and kick a sheep. Never fails. Might want to wiki Eric Cantona if you don't know who he is. Think he might have played for Man United? Not sure. Who from the show is most likely to be arrested? Anyone who watches Arrested Development. Or Community. 6 seasons in a movie. I actually think that Chris Cutting could somehow turn being arrested into quite a successful theatre production. Because he does run the Tobacco and Tea Theatre Company. Shameless plugging. Best voice on the show? I don't hear anyone else's voice at the moment, do you? It's Loz, really. You can't beat the Welsh. Not with voices. Most likely to move on to another radio television show. Me. If you don't start paying me. Look at it. I've got grey hairs. I've got a moustache because of this. 2 or 3 years of the Twitter account and not a single bob. Except for the, time's up. I was able to sleep on the sofa. That was alright. And the FIFA game. Oh, alright, fine. I mean, technically, we were going to have at one point Christy Sims being on Waffle, and he's actually gone on and created his own little podcast, the long-awaited sequel. So, yeah, it's kind of already happened, a little bit. And I think we had Mitch Wadden on once, and he does sort of podcasts and sports journalism. So, yeah, people do other podcasts, you've just not really been paying attention. Mac. I'm going to start on -10 next year. The Armoured Effect. Discuss. It's like Morecambe without Wise. It's like Mills without Boone. It's like the Shades of Grey without the number 50. Do I really need to go on No, because already Lucy is, you know, cowering in a corner going, why? Why? I used to have a good reputation, and then I went on this radio show and Mac made every innuendo under the sun about me, and now I can't walk the streets without some newspaper going, oh, look at that, oh, look at that, oh, oh. Yeah, Mac, you terrible person. Only you make innuendo about Lucy. Yeah, definitely only Mac. Moving on. What are your thoughts on the point scoring system? Frankly, I've been told that I will be fined by the Radio Association, closely linked to the Football Association, if I make any derogatory comments about the radio podcast officials, Mac. Therefore, I have brought in my own independent adjudicator to effectively be my mouthpiece for this so that I don't get in trouble. Jeffrey the Talking Giraffe, to disassociate him from Jeffrey the Silly MP. What are your thoughts on the point scoring system in 11 O'Clock Waffle? An absolute outrage. I can't understand why people will be expected to know what Mac likes. Really. Because there's nothing about what he likes that I like. Apart from Tina Fey and Summer Glau. You mention those two things, you get total points. Every time. 60% of the time, that works every time. Thank you, Jeffrey. The Talking Giraffe. Not quite like Ruffles the Talking Dog. Dan Skulls. Only person who will get that reference. Yeah. Yeah, point scoring system. What point scoring system? It happens. Someone wins. Carla loses. If Carla wins, I think there will be a time that Carla wins, but we'll just be broken. We won't function for a week. We'll just be like, Emma was on if Carla beats if Carla beat Jenny, that would break the internet. Carla, do not let Jenny be mean to you. It's how she wins. Because she's mean to you. Stand firm. Stand fellow. Who in the waffle do you feel is most likely to expose themselves? I'm not going to answer that. I'm just going to refer to the time that they played Strip Twister at New Year's and leave you to sort of think of who might have been involved in that and work it out from there. Also, Tomo. What is your favourite moment from the waffle? Again, it's Tomo. It's Tomo's true or false news story about a man whose fingers were exploding in KFC. Chris Cutting knew it was false. No, because of course it was. That Fowler thought it was true. Why? Why would you think it was true? The way that Tomo and Chris were laughing clearly indicated that it wasn't. Yeah. Yeah, oh dear. Yeah. I mean, there have been some true or false, there have been some good true or false stories where someone's created quite a good story that sounds true, particularly Emma with the sheep celebrity lookalikes, and it's been false. Or there's one that sounded false and it's actually true. Edgar's story with the guy who swapped his horn for a shoe because his horn stopped working. Only brass bands would get down on the ground and try and sort things out that way. And what does winning an episode or a series, you lucky champions, mean to you? Well, I don't want a series. Can I get 6 series in a movie? I like continuity. I've been watching more of it recently. Thank you, Wally. It's nice. It's not everything. It's more if I put up a good fight. So I don't mind losing as long as it's close. If it's sort of that I'm on 32 and someone's, say, on 39, that's a bit rubbish. But, you know, if I'm on 34 and the other person's on 33, I'll be happy on one, but I'm even happy that it's close, because it shows that, you know, it's a better show, because the listeners thought they're going, I don't know who's going to win. It's going to be Chris, it's going to be Edgar, it's going to be Loz, it's going to be Mac himself, and he's finally going to take corruption to a whole new level. You didn't say that. You did not say that. I did not say that. Thank you, Jeffrey. Yeah. You just sometimes, I think the brilliance of the waffle is you don't quite know what's going on. A bit like when Paul Merson opens his mouth on Have I Got News For You. You're not quite sure what's going on, you're not quite sure what's true or what's false, but you're finding it funny, and you know, it's better than your job where someone's probably been rabbiting onto you about how their problem is definitely your problem and it's definitely your fault, even though up until a few minutes ago you didn't know what the problem was. Am I right? I think I'm right. I think a lot of people feel like that. Nah, my job's nicer. Yeah. Everyone come and work at John Lewis. Seriously. Good company to work for. I enjoy it. Shameless plugging aside. Right, I've noticed that I'm just past 11:11, so it's a brilliant time to stop, I think. Right. Well done to everyone who helps make the 11 o'clock waffle what it is. And yeah, we're nearly at 50 episodes. Yay! Outstanding.